Hello everybody. So in these videos we're gonna go over basically the parts that we went over in the first workshop. So that'll be the tutorial part and also one of the homework parts that Juan went over. Okay. So I'm starting off this video just to show you all how to like open the tutorials part in SolidWorks so you can get started on the first part. But Juan is gonna be taking it over and showing you guys how to actually make the parts. Okay, so let's get started. So to open the tutorials tab, you have to go here, click on Welcome to SolidWorks. I don't believe there's any other way to do that. It's kind of weird, you know. Okay, so you put Welcome to SolidWorks, and then you click on Learn, and then you go here, Tutorials, and basically you're gonna see all the things right here, like basically all the tutorials, but the one we're gonna do is this one. That's the one parts. So we're gonna click on that, and basically you're gonna be going over these instructions and seeing like how to make this one part. And with this, you're gonna learn how to like sketch, how to extrude, make something 3D, how to rotate the view, how to dimension stuff, how to make relations, which are super important, so that your part is not like floating in space or underdefined and doing some wacky stuff. So you're gonna be doing a lot of stuff right here. You know, just follow the instructions, and you should be good. Okay. So good luck, guys.
Hello everyone, this video will go over what we did in workshop 1. So when you open up SolidWorks, a screen opens up. You can click on parts to open a new parts file. But for this workshop we're going to go over it through the SolidWorks tutorial. So go to Welcome to SolidWorks. The same screen will pop up. Click on Learn. Once you have tutorials open, click on Lesson 1 Parts. Zoom in, and we will be going over this first part. So, first, you're going to click on this white sheet, so new file, click Parts. So now SolidWorks has opened up a new parts file. Now, before you start designing anything, come down to the bottom right corner where you see this MMGS. Those are units it's in right now. So you can change it to inches, centimeters, meters, but we'll leave it in millimeters, grams, seconds. That's what SolidWorks is going to use for this tutorial and what you're going to use for your homework. Now, before you continue, save the parts file. You can name it whatever you want. It's saved. Now, this is what we're going to be extruding first. So, let's begin. You're going to click on Extrude Boss Base, Front Plane, start off with this corner rectangle. Now, if for some reason you don't have it saying corner rectangle, you can click on this little down arrow and the different types of rectangles are provided. Click on corner rectangle. Now you always want to begin by starting off at the origin. because this gives you a fixed frame of reference. If you don't start at the origin, or if you don't fix part of your drawing to the origin, your design will never be fully defined. Okay, so now we have the rectangle. You're going to click on Smart Dimension. You're going to click on the upper line and then put a value of 120. You're going to click on the right line and then put a value of 120. Now notice how your part is now all the lines are black. That means your design is fully defined, so now you can extrude it without any problems. Also, I forgot to mention, when you draw a figure out, you know that your design is complete, or at least connected, all the dots are connected, because it gets shaded in. So you always want to verify that as you're drawing. Now you're going to exit Smart Dimension by clicking on it, then exit the sketch. Because we started off with extrude boss base, it automatically goes to it. So here where it's highlighted, you're going to click and then put a value of 30. Again, this is from the SolidWorks tutorial. If you're having problems following me, just pause and continue to read the tutorial. Click on the green arrow to finish, and you should have this figure. Now, before I continue, there's something real quick I wanted to point out. To move your part around, click on the center. If you have a mouse, click on the center of the roller and just move it around. This will move the piece around. Take some time to getting used to, so just once you have this, practice, move it around, have fun with it, kind of get used to it. If you want to zoom in or zoom out, zoom in, you roll that same roller, you roll in, zoom out, and to zoom in, same thing, just using the roller back and forth. Again, practice a little bit before you continue, just to get the hang of it. Okay, next step. Now we're going to extrude a circular section in front on top of the base. So again, you go to your upper left corner where it says extrude boss base. Click on it. Now this time you're going to click on the face. You see how it gets orange highlight all around it? So now you're going to click on the face of the first extrusion. Now, bang, you are automatically drawing. You see how there's this red origin? That means that's where the plane begins. So that's your plane of drawing, the face of the blast extrusion. Click spacebar and click on that front face so you can see where you're drawing. Now click circle and just randomly, this is all going to get adjusted. So your circle. Now click on Smart Dimension, click on the edge of the circle, and put a value of 70. Check, and finish with that. But now you have to fix your circle. You see how it's still blue? If you grab it, it'll move around the screen. So it doesn't have a fixed center. So we're going to click on Smart Dimension. Okay. You're going to click on one edge of the rectangular face. Click on one edge of the rectangular face and on the center of the circle. Now input a value of 60. Again, click on a perpendicular edge and again on the center of the circle. Put a value of 60. Now, notice again, the lines have turned black, meaning your figure is fully defined. You could also tell because down here in the lower right hand corner, it says fully defined. Bang. Exit screen, exit sketch. Again, because we started off with extrude boss base, it automatically goes to that feature. So you're going to input a value of 25. Now click the green arrow and bam, done. Now for the next feature, we're going to make a hole on this design. Okay, again, extrude. No, this time we're going to do extruded cut. And our face, our plane, will be the face of the last circular extrusion. We click on that. That's our plane. So again, spacebar and click on that center face. This just gives us a flat plane to draw on. Okay, circle. Now you're gonna go over. You see how if you go over the arm, the last circular face, it highlights it orange, and you can see the exact center of that face. So go to that center and start your rectangle from there, your circle from there. Now you know it's perfectly in the center. Now smart dimension, click on the side of the circle and input a value of 50. Now, since we started off with that fixed frame of reference, it's already fully defined. So you exit the sketch, and if you notice, it's not going all the way. So you could input an exact value for it, or you can just put through all. Now this means that where it will cut up to wherever this yellow circle is. So you click on OK, and bang, there is a circle in the middle of your design. Okay. Next, we will add fillets. Now, SolidWorks, this tutorial starts off by adding the fillets, the bigger fillets, the 5mm fillets. I recommend you always start with the smallest fillets first and then make your bigger fillets. So I'm going to skip to the next step and we're going to come back to this page. So on your, go to features, and on your top side you're going to see right here in the middle it says fillets. Click on fillets, and then you're going to click on the front face, input a value of 1.5 and click OK. Bang. You see how it rounded off the edges. That's what a fillet does. Okay, so now we're going to go back to the other step. Again, fillets. Click on this front face and click on all the other corners. Input a value of 5 millimeters and OK. Bang. Now it's always good practice to start off with the smaller fillets, just because when you get to more complex parts, you could have trouble if you want to go the other way around, just because if fillets start overlapping and there's different lines connecting, it gets crazy. So always start off with the smaller fillets first. Now we're going to learn how to use the shell feature. So again, use your mouse and rotate your piece to the back side. You're going to go up here to your tools in features and go to shell. You're going to click on the back of the design and input a value of 2 millimeters. Now, if you want to see a preview without having to extrude the feature, click Show Preview. And this lets you know that it will come out without any problems. Right. Click OK, and you have a 2 millimeter shell of your design with the back removed from it. Now this next step in the SolidWorks tutorial won't actually affect your design. It's just a different way of getting a view of it. So you go to section view, it's right here, click on it, you're going to click on the top of the design to get a flat face, and you're going to have to move this arrow down to about there. Click OK, and there. This is helpful when you're designing bigger pieces or when you want to see how pieces might connect. It doesn't actually affect your design, it's just a different way of view it. See, maybe something didn't come out how you wanted it to. Now that you're done, just click on section view again, and boom, you have a complete piece. Now if you want to edit your feature, let's say something changed, there was a design flaw or something, all you have to do is click on Boss Extrude 1. Now let's say we're going to change the width value. Click on 30 twice, double click it, and input a value of 50. You're going to click on this little green red light, rebuild, and boom, save. Always save. And there, your feature was edited. say you want to edit the fillet feature. So you're going to go to the fillet feature you used, edit feature, right click on this time, right click on this one, edit feature, and we're going to change it to a value of 10 millimeters, and we're going to remove the face. So up here in items to fillet, you go to face, delete, right click, delete. Okay, there. So now only the corners are filleted. In the feature please put. Okay, so for this next part, you click on this blue arrow to move it up, and then this, all it does is removes the preview of the shell feature. It's still there, it's just like suppressed. Now we're going to click on fillet again, that front screen, and 5 millimeters. And as you see, it continued after that blue line. So now we go back, and all our features are in order. Okay, now let's see. To edit the material, click on Edit Material. Here, SolidWorks provides us with a large amount of materials to work with when you want to find out mass, how much your design is going to weigh. It has all its features. For this design, we're going to use chrome stainless steel. Click on it, click Apply, Exit. Now your design is going to have the features of a chrome stainless steel. Now if you want to have you want to see how it actually looks, you're going to click on Folder, Open,